2023 is over and a new year has begun. You probably have a whole list of New Year's resolutions, such as going to the gym and shrinking that inner tube, which has gotten more enormous thanks to all the Christmas cooking you shoved down your pie hole. And you probably swore to treat your family and friends a lot better. Well, you can add one more New Year's resolution to your list. Hi, SA here, and when I'm not sounding like a complete knucklehead on the computer, I'm also a published author, and I have a deal for you. Remember to get your copy of Glitch, a precarious duo, and its sequel, Glitch, The Future is Unwritten. You can get them on either Kindle or paperback. Both are available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other fine bookstores. The links are down below in the description. You will enjoy this crime thriller tale of a kidnapped teen model and a reluctant jewel thief who are on the run from the law while on the treadmill at the gym. And I'm not just some one-hit wonder either. I have more books coming down the pike, so as long as I don't die in my sleep. Stuart? Stuart? You'll see those other books too. Now let's get back to the video. Hello again. SA here. Long ago, George Orwell, in his great book, 1984, said that obeying Big Brother wasn't enough. You had to love him. And indeed, while he was being tortured by this nameless state official, the state official told Winston Smith, we reform the mind of the heretic before we blow it out. Well, you can say, well, that's typical of authoritarians. In other words, they simply don't want you to merely obey them. They want you to obey them completely. You know, internalize their torment of you. Well, right now in Davos, you have a bunch of characters who somehow believe that they have almost like the divine right of kings to rule over you, to tell you to obey, and basically don't talk back. In other words, how dare you? In other words, we're the elites, we're the authorities. We are your masters. You are our servants, and that's the way it's going to be. Indeed, Orwell also famously said that what is tyranny? It's a boot stamping on a human face forever. That's fair. I mean, you gotta remember, Orwell witnessed the horrors of the Stalinist Russia, so there you go. But anyway, right now, these people in Davos, the Klaus Schwab types, and the World Economic Forum knuckleheads, they keep going on about misinformation, disinformation. And you say, hey, but you spoke about this. Yeah, no. Just hear me out. No, they're talking about taking control of the internet. And you say, well, don't they control the internet already? Well, up to a point. I mean, try to go on Facebook and say there's only two genders. Yeah, you're not going to last too long on there. But there are places where people are still free to think, free to choose or not to choose, such as Twitter, aka X now, or True Social, or Getter, and Gab. Yeah, Gab is still a thing. Not sure about Parler though. But yeah, don't go on some of these other places like stupid YouTube, or oh my God, don't even think about going on Twitch and saying what you really think. Yeah, you'll get banned, and you'll get banned before you even know you were banned. Well, anyway, these people, these elites in Davos, seems like they don't learn from history that much. Because I remember long ago, this guy Lionel Jeffries, he's dead now. He's this British actor, very good guy. You know, he was really funny. In fact, he used to be in those Carry On Gang films back in the '60s, and he famously said that human history has always had some weird potentate rising up trying to conquer the world. And he mentioned Hannibal, Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, Napoleon, Hitler, all of them. They all tried and they all failed. Why? Because humans are a real ornery lot. We just refuse to obey. I mean, why do you think we have laws and religion? And yet, every time when someone's tried to instill a new world order, people tend to rebel against it. They say, hell no, we won't go. It's always been the human way. And usually these potentates who try to conquer the world, they usually end up failing. They fall flat on their faces every time. Because people just refuse to yield to one overarching authoritarian order. They just refuse. They say, no, we ain't going to follow you. So fuck you. And yet, these people keep trying. They simply refuse to stop. Why? I don't know. I guess they don't read history books. They don't read at all. And right now, as we speak, we have people like that Ursula von der Leyen chick who was supposedly running the EU right into the toilet, talking about, oh, we have to control the internet from misinformation, disinformation. So what does that really mean? It means information they don't like. In other words, if you speak your mind and say there's only two genders, or you say that man is man, is woman, or if you say that the coof came from a laboratory and not from some wet market, or you say that the vaccine was Buckus. Sorry, Trump and Warp Speed, but that vaccine I was slapped together, that vaccine was no good. These people get angry at you. And indeed, history has shown us that in most cases, when these people try too hard to shut people up and shut people down, it's usually because what their narrative they're pushing is rubbish. It's bullshit. Indeed, just recently they dragged that dwarf Dr. Fauci before another hearing again, and he finally admitted that when they were telling people to walk around wearing a mask, they had no information on anything about masks. And you sitting there saying, what? Yep, that's right. You were walking around for almost 2 solid years, unless, of course, you lost your mind. You're still walking around with a face diaper. Putting on that stupid mask was a waste of your cotton picking time. So then you say, why were we doing it? Because they convinced you to wear the mask, even though they had no information that mask was doing anything except make you look like a damn fool. Ain't that sad? And then they're surprised when people stop listening to them. I mean, good grief. Rachel Maddow, or Rachel Maddow, if you actually like the stupid woman. And of course, calling her a woman, that in itself might be a misnomer. But anyway, she recently came on the damn TV after the damn Iowa caucus. And then she said that they weren't going to show Trump's acceptance speech. Why? The first thing that came out of her mouth was, oh, we're not doing it out of spite. And anyone who's seen how she was behaving when Trump was president last time, going on about Russia, 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 I'm thinking, I'm calling bullshit on that. And then she claimed that, oh, they didn't want to put him on TV because they were worried that he might say something that's untrue. And I'm saying, oh, compared to you? Now, I'm not saying that that the sun, moon, and stars shines out of Trump's ass. I mean, I'd be the first one to say that. I mean, Trump is basically a used car dealer with a really nice suit. But does that mean that he lies and cheats in order to hurt people? Well, it depends who you ask. I mean, if you were someone who was looking for a nice place to live in New York back in the 80s and even the 90s, and you decided to live in one of Trump's buildings, he may have snookered you. You know, probably got you paid more than what that condo was worth. But beyond that, no. Trump, he's basically a braggart, okay? He always goes on about, this piece of property, it's the wonderful, it's the best, it's the most stupendous in the world, mark my words. I mean, that's basically what he's doing. I mean, he's just trying to sell you something. But in the meantime, these knuckleheads in Davos, they're trying to hurt you. They're trying to shut you down. They're trying to put you in the pod and make you eat the bugs. And in the meantime, like John Kerry, who I actually voted for when he ran in 2004, so don't get me wrong, he and the climate catastrophe types, they're sitting there flying around their private jets eating well-aged $4,000 steak. So that's what's going on there. But of course, as Princess Leia once told the Grand Moff Tarkin, the tighter you squeeze your fist, the more worlds leak out of your grasp. Or something to that effect. And that's basically what these people are slowly finding out. The more they try to shut down things and screw down things, the more people are saying, no, we're not going to follow you. We're not going to kiss your pinky ring like it was in the bad old days. We're just not going to go along with you because you people have proven yourselves not to be fallible. And even right now, if you go to Davos now, these people are giving speeches talking about, oh, we have to regain the trust of the citizenry. Well, guess what, homie? You never had the trust of the citizenry because we can see right through you. Yeah. And of course, this is not just about macro issues. Controlling the narrative, trying to control what people think and say, is also on the micro scale. Because, for example, right now, if you go on HBO, there's a new season of True Detective, and you're saying, what, that old show? Yeah, that show is still on the air, and I'm thinking, I saw the first season, it was okay. I saw the first season too, and Woody Harrelson and damn McConaughey, those guys should have gotten an Emmy. In fact, I think they were nominated for Emmy, I don't know if they won. Yeah, I liked that show. And I thought it was a one-off show, right? But then they kept going. Then they made another one with Colin Farrell and that big dude from Wedding Crashers. Remember that guy? The guy with the damn bulldog eyes? Yeah. And it wasn't as good as the first season, but it was okay. You know, I didn't like the ending. And then they kept going. And then they made another episode with that Ali guy, you know, the one who was in the Green Book, that movie. Yeah. I didn't watch that one. Anyway, they made a new episode. This one is called Night Country. And Jodie Foster. Yeah. You know, yeah, her. You know, the one who was in Taxi Driver? Yeah. Yeah, she's in this. Why? I don't know why. I mean, it's not like she doesn't need the money. Then, of course, you probably say, well, doesn't she have a baby at home? Yeah, she does have a baby at home, but no husband. And I'm not really going to get into that. Even though, personally, I knew all along she was a lesbian. Yeah, no bullshit. No, 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 no. I'm not kidding. I knew way back when she was still a kid that was something off about Jodie Foster. That she wasn't just a girly girl. No, she was like a tomboy on steroids. And I always thought that was kind of odd about her, but anyway. And then right now you're probably saying, "Oh, but I saw Texture. I saw her running around in her booty shorts and her high heels." Yeah, but that was just one movie. If you look at all the films she made all during the 70s, Bad News Bears, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, she's always playing tomboys in all her movies. All of them. Even when she was in the damn Silence of the Lambs way on, she came off almost as, asexual female. In other words, no makeup, no lipstick, nothing. I mean, when you look at Jodie Foster's film repertoire, you notice shit like that after a while. But anyway, about this damn new version of True Detectives, how's it doing? Well, it depends who you ask. According to Rotten Tomatoes, it's getting like almost like a 70 rating. And you say, well, that's not too bad. That seems like okay. Well, apparently it ain't okay enough, because the woman who directed it, yeah, that's right, has a woman director. Her name is Lopez, and no, I don't think she's related to George. So she doesn't like the fact that it's not 100%. Why? I don't know. But according to Jerry from the Quartering, that big dude, he said that the woman is sitting there spitting venom and bile, saying that, oh, it should be 100% because I'm a woman and I made a great show and you should watch it and you should like it. And I'm thinking, now who does that sound like? Yeah, that's right. It sounds like Big Brother. In fact, it sounds like those clowns in Davos. Yeah. In other words, simply having a high rating on your show, and from what I've heard, according to Jerry from the Court, the show's not that good. I mean, I didn't see it myself, but I did read the synopsis. It's about these two detectives, both women, including Jodie Foster, running around Alaska looking for a research team that went missing. And on a side note, they're also looking into what happened to a bunch of activists who ended up dead a few years before, and how the two cases might be intertwined, maybe. But Jerry from the Quarry said there's a whole bunch of really cringe scenes throughout the entire show. Like there's one scene where a woman is having sex with a man and she has to be on top. And the guy, supposedly, he's looking real uncomfortable, almost like he's being raped by the woman. And I'm thinking, yeah, that probably wasn't an accident they put that scene in there. And then there's another scene where a woman hits some guy upside the head with a rusty bucket and knocking him out cold after he was accused of beating up on some woman. And then the people just kind of leave him there in the snow, basically saying, is that guy alive or dead? And they basically say, who cares? So yeah, the show's got a lot of cringe scenes like that. What do you call it? Girl boss stuff. And yet this Lopez woman, she's got her panties all in knots, metaphorically speaking, because her show doesn't have like a 100% rating. And I'm thinking, woman, even the original True Detective episode with Woody Harrelson and McConaughey didn't have a 100% rating. What was it rating? I don't know, but I don't think it was 100. Because a lot of people thought that first episode was kind of off-putting. And I have to admit, for people who have delicate sensibilities, it could just kind of rub you the wrong way. Because it had a lot of really disturbing stuff in that first episode. And yet, this woman put her ass on her shoulders and is claiming that the reason why it doesn't have a 100% rating is because of men. And I'm thinking, really? I mean, how do you know? I mean, because Jerry from the Quartering said that there's no way of knowing who the gender is of the people who are giving you a thumbs down rating. But wait for it, you ready? They said that the woman actually looks like she reached out to damn Rotten Tomatoes and basically told them to get rid of all the 1-star ratings, because he said he looked at the ratings at a granular level for this new episode, True Detective, and you don't see any 1-star ratings. And he figured that's not natural, so obviously the woman reached out to the damn company and got all those ratings scrubbed. But then again, of course, that's a problem with a lot of these rating channels nowadays, whether it be Rotten Tomatoes or even the IMDb rating system. You can't really trust it because they're controlled by these media conglomerates. Because if I remember correctly, I think a company that's affiliated with Amazon controls the IMDb, while another media company, I forgot which one, controls Rotten Tomatoes. And because these companies also make content, they're probably going to control the ratings if they put way too much money and resources in a particular program, movie, whatever, and it gets like a lot of bad reviews because the show's probably bad. And therefore they're going to like do a little fancy dance on the keyboard and make the ratings look a little bit better than it really should be. I mean, hey, it happens. I mean, it happened to oh my God, it happened to Star Trek. You know, was it the Kelvin Universe episodes? Yeah, I remember that. People played a little fancy dance on the keyboard and made the Star Trek look a lot better than it really was, and it fooled me. I wasn't going to watch those damn movies, and I decided, hey, it's got a high rating, maybe it's any good. So I decided to watch it, and man, I get hosed. And now this damn woman Lopez complaining about, oh, she's got a 70 rating, but that's not good enough. She deserves a 100 rating. Why? Because I don't have a cock and balls between my legs. And I'm thinking, get out of here with that attitude. Because Jack Valenti, he famously said, ignore that. Jack Valenti famously said that no amount of hype will help a bad movie, and no amount of bad press will hurt a good movie. And you say, who the fuck is Jack Valenti? Well, you go to the movies, right? You see that rating system, you know, G through NC-17. Well, that was his invention. Yeah, he invented that for the MPAA back in the 60s. Therefore, if you have be up your nose about the difference between PG and PG-13, you have Jack Valenti to blame for that. But yeah, and Jack Valenti, you know, he used to work for JFK before he got shot. He's a smart dude, really smart dude. He knew what he was talking about. And yet you have people like Lopez who think they deserve a 100% rating, not because they made a good program or bad program, but because of where they're packing a coup or a cock and balls. And I'm thinking, woman, please. Because Jack Valenti, if you follow his mantra, if your program is good, your program is good. But if your program is crap, it's crap. And if and no amount of hype is going to help it. And no amount of keyboard warriors playing with the damn rating system around the thing is going to help it either. And this goes back to those people in Davos. These people in Davos figure if they can just control the internet, like people like Elon Musk and X, people will love them. But it's not going to work. I mean, didn't these people learn that you can lead a mule to water, but you can't make it drink? Well, guess what? It also applies to people, too. You can stick a plate of shit under someone's nose and tell them to eat. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. And just because these people in Davos sit there and say, oh, we have to control the narrative in order for people to obey us and love us, well, guess what? You can control the narrative all you want. You can scrub all these various social media sites and put all your propaganda on there. Doesn't mean people are going to sit there and believe it, okay? They're not going to believe it. You tell to people that there's more than two genders, that 2 plus 2 equals 9. That if you're born white, you're automatically racist. Garbage like that. People are not going to believe it because people have brains. They can think for themselves. They have agency. They don't need to be led around by the nose like a damn mule. And even then, a mule has enough, how can I say it, mule sense to know that it's if you try to pull it into a place it doesn't want to go to, that mule ain't moving. And believe me, my mother, she used to be a farm girl. Yeah, she used to tell me a lot of stories about how when a mule gets real ornery, it doesn't want to go somewhere, you ain't gonna move that mule. That mule's gonna sit there like a rock and just stand still. Or worse, it's gonna turn 180 and go the other way. And people are the same way. So whether it be some damn uppity woman, yeah, I'm saying that, on damn HBO complaining about how people don't love her show so much that it's not getting 100%, or these knuckleheads out here in Switzerland who are demanding, practically, stamping their feet, saying, demanding people must obey us because we know what's right for them. It just doesn't work. People are going to do what people are going to do. Now, if you have a message that people can wrap their mind around, they might listen to you. Just like old Orange Man. I mean, right now, these damn people in the news media, they're totally having a conniption. Because these people can't understand why people vote for the old Trump. Why? Because even though the guy, when he's in real estate mode, will say whatever he has to get you to buy that lease on that damn condo, when it comes to this political stuff, Trump is generally honest. Yeah. He'll sit there and tell you that, yeah, the coup didn't come from a wet market. He'll tell you that, yeah, I may have slapped together that damn vaccine, but I'm not going to twist your arm to force you to take it. He says that you can take it if you want. Yeah, he did say that. And he'll say that major issues like the economy ain't doing too well, and don't let people try to fool you by saying, oh, Bidenomics is great. Yeah, Bidenomics is great if you like going to the damn store and spending $100 just to buy a package of ground turkey and maybe a few vegetables and a couple of bags of chips. Yeah, no joke. Or that illegal immigration is a good thing. No, Trump ain't gonna sit there and try to put a weed up your ass and try to convince you that's right. No. And then these people are surprised that people vote for Trump, because when it comes to important stuff like that, he's generally honest, generally speaking. So yeah, trying to control people's minds by controlling the narrative, by basically trying to piss on people's heads and trying to convince them it's raining, just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I mean, you can use all the propaganda tools in the world, but people know bullshit when they see it and when they smell it. Whether it be some TV show on HBO, or whether it be a bunch of knuckleheads out there in Switzerland who are using up all the whores, I might add. No joke, you can look it up. Yeah, all the whorehouses in that general zip code where Davos is, yeah, they're all used up. Yeah, come back in the spring. People are just not gonna believe you, because Solzhenitsyn, that guy, he said back during the bad old days of the Soviets that even though the Soviets controlled everything, including all information, he once said that We, the Soviet people, knew that our leaders were lying, and the Soviet leadership knew that we knew they were lying, and we knew that they knew that we knew they were lying. And yet, those people, back in the bad old days of the Soviet state, they had no shame. They didn't care. And where are those guys at now? Yeah, that's right. Soviet Union went kaput, went out of business. And believe me, if you look at what happened to those clowns and what's going on with those people in Davos, yeah, those clowns are on the same road, going to Kaputsville. And people like this Lopez chick, if she doesn't get her head out of her ass and realize that maybe if you want people to like your program, maybe you should make a good program and not something that's all woke and dumb. Maybe you won't end up on the rock pile too. Yep, that's goddamn right. That's all I have to say about people peddling bullshit, and that's my opinion.